Louisiana 365 in the building. How everybody doing out there this evening? Hope everybody doing fine. I'm doing all right myself. And with that being said, y'all see the title. This is part two to what I was building on to growing power. This is called PGR versus natural. I don't know if y'all know what PGR means, but PGR is plant growth regulators. And with plant growth regulators, them tend to be what you call your GMOs and your hormones and all that stuff that we put into plants. And if you read the subtitle that I got here, and the subtitle is Human Growth Compared to Plant Growth, the Black Mirror. Now, I remember people was trying to bring this up, but couldn't really illustrate what the Black Mirror was. So I'm going to tell you in real life what the Black Mirror is. We mirror plants, and plants mirror us. And here we are today, genetically modified plant on everything. So what do you think is happening to the people? So what we're going to do right here is we're going to compare plant growth to human growth. And we fit to compare in what I call real time, YouTube time. Because when you look at people and you watch these personalities and you watch these streams, you'll come to find out that a lot of them possess the plant growth regulators. They possess genetically modified material. They are clones. And with that, even if they produce a seed, the seed is genetically modified. So you can look on YouTube and see the uh, direct reflection on what we complain about in terms of that. I'm putting that in quotation marks. But what we now see in food, right? A lot of things are coming seedless. Right? Not to say the least that people are not up on human beings being turned into hybrids or whatever. But you have to understand not only with that, but you got to look at their behavior. It's not just the person materially. You understand? Because a lot of people will have you focus on material shit like vaccinations and shit. But it's much more than that. But with that being said, um, these communities out here are uh, what's going on, Nicholas Jones? Yeah. For the most part, the communities that I see out here are genetically modified clones. And that in itself, yeah, this is crazy. The timing that these people have. They scared of my 80 plus subscribers or 85 plus subscribers. They are afraid. And they strategize. Do you know that's how military work? That's the police. Now today, I don't know if anybody was watching OG Philly channel and I was trying to participate. What up though? I was trying to participate on Philly OG channel today. And he made the most wildest allegation. He made the most wildest allegation that I have ever seen. This nigga said, I'm not letting you up, Didac, because you be recording my streams. He said, I'll be recording his streams live or some shit like that. Now, this is what this dude is doing. Whether he don't know it or not, right? This has been performed by the best and the worst of YouTube and all in between. So since he called himself to be a YouTube personality, he also falls up under that category. Now, what I have seen as stratagem to a person who's being totally censored on another person's panel, what they sometimes do, and especially if their audience don't know nothing about the other audience that they participate on, they would call it double streaming. This motherfucker categorized that shit with the police because this dude Loyal has crept into their ranking files and was able to spy on their so-called secret plans in a secret lair, the motherfucking Temple of Doom, wherever the fuck they done found out about the flat Earth's power, right? And Philly OG try to misappropriate that dude with me in terms of that. Dude, you are military. Do you know military? Now, we talking about the Black Mirror here. Do you know that the military is a direct reflection of the police of the United States of America, do you know that at least what's the percentage? And we could be so modest with this, but it's gonna be well over 50% of the police department is fucking ex-military. Fuck is y'all talking about? And he tried to put me in that category. He just didn't want me to come up because I was going to expose his ass. That was it. And I wanted to talk to that Bobby Knife dude. That's the reason why I really wanted to come up there. Because any other time, I wasn't even going to click it. The dude that he claimed to be sound body and mind. He's sound body and mind. So he made an assertion and said this, though. Do you know what this nigga said? He said, if there was a such thing as African slavery, and we know in the prisons that's mostly supposed to be what is labeled. And how we feel about immigration here, how come they haven't deported them back? That's what he said. Dog. That's why I clicked the motherfucker. That's why I clicked it. Just to go up there to give them this natural shit, the shit without the GMOs. You understand? That's grown from a natural seed to its motherfucking seedling. You understand? To a motherfucking grown plant. You understand me? And that's what I've been doing. I've just been planting these Johnny Apple seeds. But yeah, that nigga said that. And that's the only time I clicked to go up there to address that dumb shit. The dumbest shit in the world. Because I know he was going to have an argument after the fact. I would have said, do you think they are willing to lose their labor? That's their labor force. What? Super cheap. It will cost more to ship them back, to ship them over here. To ship them back. It will cost more. It was costing to ship them from Africa to here. So to ship the motherfucker back, that's going to be double the pay. So you think that America is willing to put into their so-called immigration program to ship all the black folk? This is his logic. And y'all was eating that shit up. And that was the moment that I try to come up there. He was like, hold on, y'all, hold on. Die that. Hey, die. He started saying some dumbass shit and then trying to associate me with the you inorganic ass human being. And I'm saying that softly because there is a misconception about the fucking inorganic and organic talk. But I say inorganic because that's what resonates with people who you think is fake or what you don't want. But I'm here to set the record straight. It is what you want. It is what you want. Because I'm going to set this record straight in this misconception. It's going to be real quick. It ain't going to be long, drawn out, long-winded, or no shit like that. But with that being said, yeah, when you look at plant growth, it is mirrored the same way that human beings grow. Both need the same, not the same, but both need you can say the same, not the same amount, but the same nutrients that governs the plants, governs us. I showed you in those 13 with C. Hopkins Cafe. It's mighty good. I showed you in that. And when you look at plants and the plant life naturally and how they grow, they drop these seedlings at a time where they have to regenerate. For the most part, right? If you look at a tree, I would say around fall, you'll see these little things come down. We used to call them in my neighborhood helicopters. But these are tree seeds. Just like with an abundance. What was that? No. Hey, Eddie. Oh, just like with anything that's in abundance, you have to consider the loss. So these is like sperm cells to an egg, and only so many can get in and be hatched because it be thousands and thousands of those fucking seeds falling out of the tree. But only a few can get in, plant itself, and it can grow another tree. Right? Here's the beauty about natural seeds, not GMO. Uh, the variation of the DNA is there because it can be, say the least, Durban poison, but it might variate itself in RNA in terms of height, because that will happen because not every plant is the same size, but coming from the same species. You would get that variation in a natural seed, but if that shit GMO, you're gonna get it every time. Every time you put the seed in, it's gonna grow exactly how it was encoded in terms of coming from a genetically modified plant. And if you pay attention, this is exactly what is YouTube. Oh shit, if it come kick the ball off. Hold on, y'all. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, damn, I hate that this thing be echoing.
I need somebody to help me download the cloud.
But yeah, grow organically. If you pay attention how I grow, that is true organic. This is from the bottom up, dog. That's what I told y'all about the seed. The seed tap root down, and they come from the bottom up. A clone comes from already made. The mother plant is Sanchez. The mother plant is Big Aboriginal Power and Sister Betty's, and everybody else like a beast mode and
ain't savvy at all.
Sister
I
Soul,
need that, so when I get my next
or
radio,
Big Filio G, those are clones. These are clones. And I know that shoe fits a lot of people, but I don't need to name them all off. But this is what you call organically growing a channel. And with that,
that's touchscreen. What's that, HP or something? I know they ain't no notebook now.
yeah,
That's what I'm getting next. I'm gonna get that little phone thing. Notebooks, my dog. You got the camera thing on the front of it and all that too?
yeah. It's the kit and caboodle, as they call it. But yeah, it's the difference between what is natural and what's that plant growth regulators. The plant growth regulators are uh, chemically induced plants in terms of what is unnatural, because you don't have to chemically induce your plant, period. But you can naturally chemically induce it versus doing it unnatural. And these plants, for the most part, are unnaturally induced. For that reason, they fall up under the category of plants that's growth regulated.
Why do you got a phone plug today?
And where I participate, especially today on Filio G's channel, I found myself in that conundrum. Mm-hmm. But yeah, considering that, you know what I'm gonna do? In about like 45 minutes, I'm gonna drop the link, and I'm gonna see what's gonna happen in terms of that, because I know this dude be in the background watching me. He needs to come on with it and stop playing. What?
Drop the link in 45 minutes.
Yeah, just to see what's going to happen with it, because these dudes out here is flagrant as a motherfucker.
Hey, look.
Huh?
What exactly is that for?
This HP Envy 360.
It's something new?
Yeah.
So that ain't like a notebook, that's actually a laptop.
This laptop and a notebook.
Okay. You ain't got the little CD drive on the side though, do it?
No. Mm-hmm.
They don't even do that no more, do they?
Basically not. That's just an attachment.
But you go external on there. I'm trying to get all my music back. No, I'm finna listen to mine.
Yeah, this motherfucker flip and it turns into a tablet. Then I can go into tablet mode, but it's still being desktop mode when I flip it over. Yeah.
I'm just trying to download the stuff and get the external. You got some CDs too. Do all that. Watch how to be on there. Something. Yeah, I can make you a copy. This is gonna cost.
Yeah.
Straight OG music. I had so much stuff. I got so much stuff. I used to have a whole lot of movies and stuff.
So people.
So I still do one that was exclusive.
If you want to continue to ingest GMO,
this week's gonna be the last week.
y'all know where to go. If you want to ingest something natural, you know where to come. But yeah, those ridiculous claims by Filio G, that shit is ridiculous. That shit is ridiculous. for him to associate me
No, they don't.
with the police.
That shit is ridiculous.
Everything they got.
And he is military. Like I said, we talking about Black Mirror here. Again, military mirrors the police department. The police department mirrors the military. At least. At least. And I'm trying to get them the benefit of the doubt. 65% is police. That is, 65% of the police is ex-military. I bet you 10 to 1. And I know it's higher than that. It's probably like 75%, some shit like that. And them motherfuckers got a nerve to call somebody the police. Dog, do you know Loyal was participating on your motherfucking shit for what, like 6 to 7 months or even probably a whole goddamn year? Before you so-called identify with them. See, like I said, I caused that avalanche, nigga, with precise motherfucking research when I showed again, because at first I played it on our Cook show. And of course that was a biased ass panel and he didn't allow the information to play through. When I was exposing Sir Drop on some shit that he said he would love to be a paid agent. Now, I don't know who talks like this, but when he said that shit, it raised my eyebrows. So when he go around calling me a agent of chaos, I'm like, what the fuck? Man, you always go to people's panels and you never agree with them. You an agent of chaos. You a troll. So I remember that stream that he had with Huey, and I went back on it, and I knew what I heard, and it was funny how I hit the motherfucking nail on the head when I reviewed it because I skimmed through it. But the moment that I did, it hit right on the area where y'all was talking about being agents. You and Sanchez. Somebody bumping on my feet. Who the hell playing that disco music? That's Toya? Can't be with the baby in the house?
He did say he'd rather be a paid agent.
That's Rodney fool last night. Yeah, that nigga shit. I bet you he grinding on a bunny, like in Colors.
Get my rabbit. Get my rabbit. Where my rabbit? Where is my rabbit?
Oh shit. But yeah, this nigga Philly OG tried to put me in a category of they click. Tried to demonize his way of living. Again, if the government wished to go ahead and do what they call a draft, right? I'm just talking about if push come to shove, right? Considering the fact, if they do a draft and they go back on the ex-military and Philly OG name come up, do you know he gonna have to dust that suit off or take his ass to a surplus store and go buy one and report 0600, nigga. And he trying to talk about me. The dude is ex-military. I'm not understanding y'all. Y'all allow that nigga to pull the wool over y'all eye. That shit crazy as a motherfucker. Yeah, I just wanted to come up there and confront Bobby about that shit that he think happened with slavery. This nigga idea was that since if black folks come from Africa and they got a so-called immigration deportation law in place, how come the Africans haven't got deported? How come all the Africans still locked up here to prove a fact that saying that these people ain't from Africa? Because he talking about the 2022 black men that been 130 years plus removed from that part of immigrating or not immigrating, integrating with those black folks. No, you're not integrating no more with. Yeah, we are. Let me stop lying, because when them Africans come off that boat today in 2022, they look for American, they want an American woman. So it's still happening, but it ain't at the capacity of slavery. That is removed. So it's safe for you to say that I ain't from Africa. Of course not. You are 130-year generations removed from that shit. So it's safe for you to say that you are from America. And that shit be cracking me the fuck up. So this dude try to piggyback off that what I just said by saying why the prisoners of the United States of America get deported back to Africa. That was the dumbest shit in the world. But of course, when they feel like they gang banging on people, all right, for sure. But with that being said, yeah, and like I said, when I engage with these people in their panel, they stunning in their growth, arrested development. Where's my lighter at? Damn it. That nigga and his motherfucking pop pocket or pop bag, whatever the fuck that nigga listening to. Who in the fuck is that?
That ain't Lizzo fat ass.
That's Adele.
Yeah.
You got to order. If I would have known that, I would have played my goddamn music. He always telling me to turn my shit down. The baby trying to sleep.
Maybe won't now.
Or not there. But yeah, if you're hearing that background talk, I got some people down here. As random as the shit can be. In other words, you can't make this shit up. Who that?
What up? All right, y'all. You know me checking my mail, man.
All right, man.
You know what y'all.
Yeah, subscribe, man. Don't bullshit me.
Oh wait.
Yeah, subscribe to
You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you the link on. I'm gonna send you his link on Instagram.
Okay, because I took a picture of it. Sent it.
I got you.
What up, though? I look like you came in hot last night. Just use that a straight angle. Oh, and Nicholas Jones want to know about Cry Edwards.
I sent the link in the last chat. I'll send this link. Oh, let me go catch that real quick. This is his Instagram page.
It's coming, y'all. The link coming for the black artists up here. I'm talking about he brought business. It is what it's appreciate with values. I'm just letting y'all know that. So when you see his work, he is a professional. But because we don't appreciate what values, he is what they call a struggling artist. So yeah, when we look at synthetics and how things are made, you can. It's called an abstractor, which will synthetically create what you're looking for, but it's natural synthetics. All right, composting, right, and turning that into what they call liquid fertilizer is an elementary step into um, synthesizing. You turn in solids into uh, liquid, and with that comes with a whole bunch of properties and shit, a whole bunch of properties, and then those properties, that shit chemically changes shit.
Right. So how do I click? Then after that, he subscribe. Yeah, it's gonna take you to the channel. So how do I after that, he subscribe?
Oh no, hell no, bro. Yeah, I'm used to it. I've been.
I just subscribe.
This mic clean as a motherfucking whistle, boy. Clean. Yeah, and like I said about I said it's certain etiquette and doing podcasts. As I said, everybody got headphones and a microphone. They always got the headphones and the mic and shit. I was saying to myself, damn, I gotta step my game up, huh? I thought I was doing some shit with 3 different camera angles. But one thing about my shit is mobile. I can mobilize this motherfucker. So I can shoot on location, literally. That's why I keep telling y'all live on location. But it ain't gonna be right, man. Damn it, man. Because I was gonna go to the fucking reunion.
What happened? That's the day?
No, that's the first Sunday of August. Yeah. I think I don't know if the people gonna be up there, but it's gonna be a sad moment, to say the least. But people do galvanize and celebrate around that shit. And I say anything for black folks to party. Shit. But Philly OG, I know you're gonna be in the cut listening to me, you snag a tooth dude. I ain't gonna curse at you. I'm just gonna call you an unstable creature. Philly OG, how can you associate me with y'all gang? Y'all flat motherfucking power all day. Ex-military, aboriginal motherfuckers. So when Loyal was into your group, how did he come? Did he come like me? I didn't. Hey, now check this out. This is the straight up behavior of a cop. When they are quick to express their authority when they feel like you talking back to them. And they always remind you of an order that they gave you. Now check this out. On Philly OG's channel, this is how he do it. When he reminds you of an order he gave you. Come on, man. I gave you time to talk. That's like, keep your hand on the steering wheel, sir. Keep your hand on the steering wheel. And I'll be like, okay, but I wasn't, they interrupt me. I was in the middle of my thing. When you say that, that's like saying, I know my rights, sir. Now they're going to say, step out of the car. That step out of the car part is muting you. and throwing you in the back. That's throwing handcuffs on you and shit. That's how they operate. Who is more like the police here? Because when you came to my panel, not one time I muted you, not one time I kicked you to the back. I allowed you to talk with your Sylvester the cat sounding ass. And when I allowed you to talk, it was like, okay. So now that I come back to your little panel, this is the motherfucking treatment I get, y'all hypocrite ass motherfuckers. Y'all afraid of the didact, but it's okay though. Because y'all pups. Y'all pups. It's like, how can I run with the wolves at night when I'm sparring with the puppies during the daytime? You know who quote that was? Umar Little from The Wire. He said, how can you run with the wolves at night when you study sparring with the puppies during the daytime? Dude, that dude feeling really, really, what they call that? Yeah. That dude really feels good today playing that music. But yeah, this is a continuation of what I was talking about last week about what is clone and what is natural seed grown. Because when you look at people going through life, right, you know, y'all know, y'all want to be entertained, and I understand that. That's the reason why the dude got a lot of subscribers and a lot of people watching that bullshit. Um, People want to be entertained in the moment of crisis, in a moment in a time of decision. People want to be entertained because they don't want to take accountability. Some of them don't. I ain't gonna say all. Some of y'all don't. And with that, that's how your Philly OGs and your Sanchez's and your Sister Bethy's and people of that nature can be added and abetted, aiding and abetted by a crowd of people that should know better. But because it's entertaining, and I ain't talking about it in entertainment because entertainment means hold the attention of. I ain't talking about that in its true definition. I'm talking about entertainment like a clown show. With the moment that because Philly don't know what a shit show is. That is a definition of a shit show. Because at first, it was all about the intellect. And when it goes to the left where people are arguing and going back and forth and fucking disagreeing about nothing and not able to prove shit, that's when it turns into a shit show. That's how Philly OG started off. That's how Sanchez, when he opened up his panel, he goes straight to a shit show. In terms of what they want to argue about, who wants to be on top in terms of on top of the argument. It's not to say the least that everybody wants to be right, right? Because everybody gets a chance to get out their information. It's just sometimes somebody might say something that nobody has said, and it make all the sense in the world. And then now they have to rethink their position, and sometimes that hurts people's feelings. and you can see how they move. That almost moves like a goddamn weed trying to choke out a plant, to say the least. Yeah, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna continue to play the field in terms of that. Now, Bobby Knife, if you back there listening, which I know you is, prepare for me to come to your panel next time you come opening it up. I'm coming up there. So get prepared for me. Because I'm not the average motherfucker that you assume that you can talk around or talk over. And we're going to talk squarely because, from my assumption, you share the same ideology as what they consider flat motherfucking power and aboriginal power or whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. So since you represent that, what we going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to hit your link and we're going to have an intellectual conversation. When I'm going to kill you with the anticipation because you're not holy. So it's going to be a time that you're going to least expect it. Because there's a lot of fish out there in the sea, nigga. And what the saying go, bigger fish to fry. Because that's Sabir Bay, dude. He out of control. That's who I want to approach. But he's sneaky and slippery like a snake. Very terrible. Oh. Shit, I thought you was talking about some beer. That nigga, well, he just as worse as that shit you eat did. But yeah, that dude, man, is I don't got a word for that dude. That dude is just terrible for the community. And then, dude, today he, in one breath, contradict himself. He trying to tell you that you are Moors, but then again, Moors ain't taking responsibility of being in politics or some shit. He said some shit about where they at, where the Moors at in the government. That's what I'm talking about, B. No. For the life of me, you got a group of these black men call themselves organized by whatever reasons, right? Knowing about politics, knowing about law, knowing about religion and science, because they say they introduced this reintroduced this back into the world. But little that they know, that was a misnomer to people who were already scientists and shit. Not everybody is not a scientist. Pick your feet up. What's up, Caligo Chris? What up, though? Man, that shit looks put together. I'll tell you that. Did you warm it up and shit?
It's still warm. I left it. I kept it out.
No, I'm talking about, did you put it on a griddle?
I put it on the grill.
On a barbecue grill?
Yeah, see the bread got grill marks. The meat got grill marks.
Oh, I didn't know that. Right. But yeah, when you grow organically, when you watch that seed, the seed grows a taproot first, taps itself down to grow up, bottom up. That's natural growth. My 85 plus probably gonna be growing up, right? It's gonna grow. This is what you call organically growing. Who in the fuck starts off with 500 followers? Except that you've been a clone off a motherfucking page that got at least 40, 50,000. And they like your goddamn rhetoric in terms of fuck the government, because he only say And that's another thing about the police. They only got a few words for you. Anytime it's always the same shit. Every arrest, they say almost the same thing to everybody. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. They always physically accost by grabbing you by their wrist, by grabbing you by your wrist. This is police shit. That's what they do. Oh shit. But no, yeah. It's like motherfucker, like what the hell is going on? Like, how in the fuck I'm being piled into this bullshit that they talking about. But when you organically grow, this is how you do it. This is how you look. This is how you look. And it's crazy. It's like
What's this nigga playing?
he's playing too legit to quit, nigga.
The playlist though. Nigga, Adele, now MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit's terrible. And this shit that they giving to the kids. Oh,
Awful.
they bogus.
That's neutral loaf.
Might as well, dude. Might as well.
I seen that motherfucking mouse today, early today.
I mean,
Yeah. I was gonna shoot that motherfucker. I was like, God damn, because they opened up that house right there. Shit.
that was still wide open.
Is it?
My son,
Yeah. God damn, man.
he's still over at work.
Is he? Oh, okay. Louisiana 365s dropping for OG Philly got into. Hey, I seen that. I seen that shit. That's what I'm talking about. I seen that. I watched that. Yeah, I watched that shit, man. It's crazy because you see OG Philly, that's that police shit. You trying to tell the police officer, no, man, I'm not talking about that. And they keep saying, no, sir, you got that's what you did. Sir, you dropped the bottle of beer at 11:15. You know you don't fucked up, don't you? You know you don't. That's Philly OG, man. He would not let the shit go in terms of what he think is dogmatic information or being a overzealous, because that shit that Sanchez does is a religion, and he has to protect that by all means. These are religious people, police ass niggas that like to go to church on Sunday. Like right now, Sanchez got church. Them niggas got a hell of a time, and like I said, they military precise. All the motherfuckers go on simultaneously with each other, not simultaneous. What's that shit called? Back to back. What's that mean?
Oh, that mean concurrently.
Concurrently, some shit like that.
One come on,
Right.
one come on.
One come on, one go off, the other one come on.
That's concurrent.
Right, right. That's how they cover the ground for all their they flock, right? Because now, to say the least, there is a big bad wolf along they flock, eating the shit out these sheep, and they can't do nothing about it right now. So all the shepherds got to get together and form a strategy to keep their sheep in order, because no motherfuckers getting let out the gate. All kind of shit happening, sabotaging and shit. All kind of shit happening. Right. You know what? Weezy had 365. Now he know how that shit feel. You know what I'm saying? That's the motherfucking skillet calling the kettle black. So he know how that shit feel. And here's the crazy thing about it. Philly think he has a ground to stand on. After that argument, he would probably have taken the consensus and say, who won that argument between me and Sir Drop? Because Sir Drop was just trying to prove to him what's bigger than him. But Sir Drop was not giving a good explanation how anything in nature is bigger than him. Only thing you had to do is just say a goddamn motherfucking sperm whale or a big ass large land animal, an elephant. Right. Just ask that nigga, how did that get here? But instead, he kept giving him an escape because he was rounding about how he was explaining. He was going, what about the birds? What about this and that? Right? That's relative because their perspective is fucked up. So is Sir Drops. I'm talking about in scale, how you are scaled to things. You know what I'm saying? Their perspective is off. They vantage point. Their whole perspective is fucked. I think they need some special glasses for them to see straight. I'm really serious. Cause I swear, man, I tell you, I bet 10-1. I bet my $10 to anybody's $1 that when Sir Drop was talking about the birds, Philly OG felt like he was bigger than the bird because he's bigger than the bird by size. So you have to play on that psychology, and I was itching to come up there, and I didn't even bother to come up there on that shit, but I was so itching to go up there. The time that I went up there, though, is when Bobby Knife went up there and said that shit about the prison, the industrial prison complex versus immigration and deportation law. He said, why is the blacks in the prison not deported back to Africa? He said that's the reason why that they are aboriginal here. The logic of some people. That's when I tried to come on. And he seen me in the background, and then that's when he got his chance to say what he had to say about me without letting me on. What kind of shit is that? He told me, I ain't letting you on because you record going live. I'm like, no, are you talking about that one time that I told you I was recorded live, and how for you to even know that I was going live with your motherfucking shit in the background, to say the least, or double streaming, if you ain't subscribed to me and if you didn't get the notification, you hoe ass nigga, so you are watching me. Just give me my motherfucking respect on that, you hoe ass nigga, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But with that being said, Philly OG, he took the opportunity to try to shit on me and shit on my subscribers. All because he a clone. He ain't gonna never get as big as the mother plant. He's a clone. He don't know what it means to start off natural and organic. Now, when you look at the world, 90% is all carbon based. When you look at the land and what we ingest and what we call us as material beings, it's carbon based. Considering that that's where your organic shit come in at. Anything that's carbon based is organic. But to counter that, in order for that to live, there is a substance that is in large abundance that we need the most, that's inorganic, and that is water. H2O. H2O is an inorganic compound that is needed for us to grow. So there's a misconception And do you know OG Philly like using the word inorganic as if he's describing something that's genetically modified? He shot as a motherfucker. He don't know what the fuck he be talking. And then he don't. Do he eat vegetables? Because the only thing he do is drink. I'm telling you, dude, that nigga got a colostomy bag. I mean, it's all right, Philly. It's all right that you shit in the bag for whatever reason. But that nigga blends all nothing but fruit, and he do that shit all day. He the most unhealthiest motherfucker on this planet. He don't got nothing balancing himself. I don't give a fuck nobody say you just can't eat all fruit and chop down a tree and build your own house. You can eat all fruit and sit on your ass and be a motherfucking skinny fat slob. And you ever seen skinny fat people? You know what I'm talking about? They skinny but got a nasty ass gut, disproportioned. That's Philly. And then Mental Ninja pointed it out, and this is the crazy shit about it, right? Mental Ninja still participate on OG Philly's channel after Mental Ninja exposed him as being a pedophile. And I didn't do none of that shit. He keep calling me a space cadet. That's the only thing he got for me. You a space cadet. You believe they land on the moon. You believe in NASA. You believe in government. You got all this shit he telling me. I never ever professed. Only thing I was doing is using reference points and proving points to institutions that is built off the backs of people who know, rather if they believe it or not, spaceships are breaking they so-called firmament right now. Whether they want to believe it or not. You understand? They don't understand the proportions. Like I said, their perspective is fucked, dog. They don't know what's going on the other side of the world. We don't need it. Right now, as smart as we are, we don't know what's going on in China right now. They sending shit some everywhere. They got a space program.
Mexico got a space program.
Oh, do they? See what I'm saying? These silly ass niggas, man. Silly ass niggas. But yeah, Philly OG, he's despicable. He is despicable. And the reason why he was able to get the momentum that he's got, because he's a clone of Sanchez. He retarded, but he's growing. He retarded as a motherfucker. He like a Down syndrome girl. Here you go. But like I said, when other people have pointed him out worse than I have, and the nigga won't let me up. Because I wanted to challenge Bobby at that time in terms of that. But I guess Bobby have his own channel. You understand? I'm not afraid to say it. I'm subscribed to him. I watch his channel. I'm not in the back watching from the bushes or none of that shit. I'm afraid to make a comment. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so afraid to make a comment that Philly OG is going to see it, or anybody else who has a wrench that knows about Didact that's going to hate on me so hard that they going to fucking trying to excommunicate me. Or you're not finna bring that troll and shit over here. Any excuse for them to come up with, to not allow Didact on a panel, that's the excuse. They know Didact is making an impression on what they call the weak, the tired, and the poor, or the meek. The meek, weak, tired, and the poor.
The whole slogan for America: "Send me your weak." What I say? Send me your weak, tired, and poor, and downtrodden. Some bullshit. Some bullshit.
So yeah, I'm reaching the people that are most important. I put it to you like that. Because what they're gonna do is that they're gonna allow themselves to be free. Because the last thing that my information is gonna allow you to do, because that's the kicker part about this. Now check this out. My information don't allow your ass to kowtow. My information ain't gonna allow you to suck up to me. It's gonna make you get off your ass and take an accountability. Yeah, so you ain't gonna be able to kowtow. You're not gonna be able to kowtow with me. It's gonna be taking responsibility, fucking with Didac. And with that being said, um, when you look at what they call plant growth regulators, these are all the fake hormones for plants to get that extra boost, and especially the plants that's grown in soilless mediums. Because soilless mediums, to say the least, do not have no source of minerals or nutrients within the soil itself, but only thing it does is just hold the root in place, right? And give it proper drainage. What you do because this is technically hydroponic now. What you do is you give the nutrients to the water. Now you can naturally do this. Like I said, when you're doing liquid compost or liquid fertilizer, you can do it like that. But it got to be natural, like banana peels for your potassium, calcium with your egg shells and shit, uh, leaves and shit for your nitrogen, uh, phosphorus. I forgot what you put for phosphorus. I think it's like Epsom salt, some shit like that. So you put natural shit up in there to give you, and then you pH test it, of course. That is a chemical process, but you're not putting chemicals in it. You taking it and you testing it like you do with a swimming pool. Yeah, that's exactly it. So you check the pH balance. If it's too high, you add lemon to buffer it, the acid. And then there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have natural compost water using natural shit. There's plenty of ingredients out there. Molasses, they put molasses in that shit. There's plenty of ingredients for people to do their own composting, but those were the main ones, the NPK that I just gave you, the nitrogen, the potassium, and the phosphorus, the NPK of it. So when you applying that, you can get good natural growth out of high tech way of growing, because it's more technical than putting it in the dirt where it's already have your nitrogen, phosphorus, and shit up in there, right? Because the only thing you're only going to do from this point is just put water on it, right? That's the most natural way. It is that if the dirt has it, do it, right? But you have scientists like me that will come along and push the envelope. I would say, what if I do this, like what nature does when it decomposes during times of um, recycling, even in areas where it's considered to be warm, because here up north it actually freezes over, right? Given the decomposition even that much more of a boost, right? Because most motherfuckers up north, when they move to places where it is like hot versus they get homesick from the green, from the grass if they out west. But in Florida, it's damn what my brother tell me that is the winters down there. I mean, compared to the fact that it ain't no snow down there, but he was saying that that should fuck with your senses if you used to up here for the winter.
It'll be warm.
Yeah, yeah, but down there it's cold to them
Yes,
because
yeah, I know. It's cold to them, but not to people like us. Because remember I told you I lived in Arizona? It was one day, it was like 70 degrees. I seen they got there with a fat goose on, nigga, and a scully. Other niggas got hoodies and shit on, all type of like some real cold gear. Like, nigga, it's not cold. What is wrong with y'all? They looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm looking at them like they crazy.
But yeah, that can fuck with your senses though. In terms of that, yeah. When you look at these patterns in terms of how nature decomposes, you can then yourself as a scientist, because this is a God-given right to be a scientist. It's just more than an observer. You got to put your hands in the shit. But given that, you have every right to push that a little bit harder if you can, because they was having a discussion, right, about the creator, right? Because I think he had it titled something about some Sky Daddy shit. And that's when Sir Drop went on there trying to explain to him there's something bigger than him. And he just didn't want to accept it because he think he can create shit. And then this dude, D Calico, get on there and tell him that, no, you just a maker, which made sense. It made sense. He said it's a difference between a maker and a creator. And even with that analogy, he still got frustrated and would not accept the fact that he don't make anything. So he don't make nothing. He was just fighting back hard-headed, just causing confusion, not chaos. Because like I tell people, chaos has order in that shit. It's just all over the place. Confusion is confusion, nigga. You don't know what's going on. It's all over the place. It's
organized confusion. It's like organized chaos.
not confusion. Confusion is nowhere near chaos.
You can have organized confusion if
That's chaos.
They got set parameters.
I mean, if you understand it, if there was a such thing as lumping it in that definition, but chaos and confusion is two different things. It is.
Yeah, by definition.
Yeah, so the reaction of it, even in physics, they would not call that confusion. That's chaos theory all day. They all over the place, but they got a reason to be all over the place. It's chaotic as a motherfucker, but it has a reason to be so. Confusion, you have absolutely no reason for you to be that fucked up. That is not chaos. That's confusion. And they are taught these tactics in the military to cause confusion. They go to countries, they destabilize their fucking economy. They set up motherfucking MASH tents all over the goddamn place. They reconstructing their goddamn land, calling Halliburton to lay down motherfucking freeways for their tanks and shit can go down the street. No bullshit. And sometimes they'll use the army as labor. That's what he was. He was putting up telephone poles. Tell him, Philly OG.
I know, like I had my cousin in the army. That nigga was I asked him what his specialty was. He was a water purification expert. I said, "What is that?" He's like, "Man, I make sure they got running water." I said, "Oh, you a plumber?" Basically, nigga, that's what you is. You make sure the water running, huh? You know what I'm trying to make that shit sound.
A water purification expert.
Specialist. Yeah, he said specialist. Water purification specialist. Some bullshit.
Oh my
So
God.
plumber.
That's Philly OG trying. And then he'll tell motherfuckers he a soldier.
I mean, by default.
No, it ain't by default.
But you ain't no combat soldier.
Right.
You a soldier by default. You a soldier because you went through the training. You trained a soldier because,
he threatened people with his time that he did in the army. He said, I'm crazy. I'm telling you, the army made me crazy. I said, this nigga, dog.
Crazy people ain't even crazy.
I hate to say it, man, but he remind me of somebody, dog, so much, dog. Like, dog, y'all lying motherfucker. You lying motherfuckers, boy. Just lie to kick it. But yeah, that's a chip off of old Sanchez block. So when I was talking about clones in my last two streams, I was talking about that. Not only that, but you can parallel that to my complete lesson that I was actually given on actual horticultural biochemistry, but I was really actually teaching some shit. But this one is a part two to that because the shit that I'm witnessing, it's a black mirror. It's reflective because human growth and plant growth mirrors itself. And if we know that the plants today are genetically modified, what's that to say about the people that's on YouTube? Them motherfuckers genetically modified. I am one of the few ones that when you go to the watermelon, man, I'm the ones with them big black seeds in the motherfuckers. The real watermelons. Because I think that's the only thing that you can get in the summertime that is super organic. Or the mungs when you got to go to the farmer's market, the mungs, man. And I be trying to, I don't know why, I don't think we spoiled up here. But yeah, I don't think we spoiled up here in Milwaukee. I think it's a Hmong community all over the place, but them motherfuckers run motherfucker and growing. And we are privileged up here to go to the farmer's market and get their motherfucking squash, their motherfucking tomatoes. You understand me? All that good shit from them. And we know that it's 100% organically grown in terms of what we consider to be organic. But I'm using that word loosely. It's really GMO free or PGR free, which is called plant growth regulators. It's free of all of that. And people, when you go buy your weed from these dispensaries, I want y'all to remember this because here go Philly OG and the rest of his cronies and that one dude that be half naked shit hookahing in the middle of the goddamn stream. Pass me the hookah. I said, pass me the hookah. But Philly OG needs to be explaining to people that when you go get your marijuana, make sure that the label says PGR free, plant growth regulated free. If your shit is not plant, because they using plant regulated growth hormones that are FDA approved, but still are bad for you in terms of carcinogen is concerned. But it's just like with the tobacco company. There's a difference between what they call naturally grown tobacco, which is called American Spirit cigarettes. Anybody ever heard of those? But American Spirit cigarettes are naturally grown tobacco on the lands of the so-called, I forgot what reservoir it's coming from, but it's coming from a reservoir with Indians. And they don't put that shit on their tobacco, to say the least. So there are products out there that is hormone free. Same shit with marijuana. And I think dispensaries might carry it, but if any case, you got to look at the label and even ask the motherfucking person that's behind the motherfucking desk. Ask him, does this product contain plant growth regulators or PGR? If it contains PGR, turn around, walk out, Put your money in your pocket and call it one. And if you cannot find marijuana, because there is marijuana out there that's plant growth regulated free. Trust me, there is. You just gotta know if your dispensary or people who you fuck with them type of weed. Because I'm gonna tell you this: gorilla growers are your last GMO free growers that are here, and they are one out of 200 growers right now. For every, I would say, no, I wouldn't go that high as a number, but I would say for every 50 dispensaries and inside growers in terms of controlled environment, there is only one motherfucking gorilla grower. I'm talking about the people who grow this shit outside, allow nature to take its course, and the only thing they do is run a hose through the area. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Ooh wee! I am so sorry for that dilemma or delay right there because there's a lot of shit that's going on right now. Yeah, um, I lost a good friend of mine, and everybody coming and pay their condolences and things of that nature. So that was what that was. So I'm sorry for the dilemma, but now I'm back, and me being back, when you look at the growth of plants and plant life, we mirror that. We mirror that. And because we do, you can tell people who are genetically modified and cloned and have plant growth regulators inside of them versus those who don't. You understand me? Those who are naturally grown, GMO free, uh, plant growth regulated free. You understand me? And just grown naturally, real natural grown. Oh yeah, I was warning y'all about y'all marijuana. So when y'all go to y'all dispensary, make sure y'all ask the people or look on a package that make sure y'all shit is plant regulated, plant growth regulated free. All right, because a lot of people are having this because what it does is just boost production up. Because human beings here in America, of course, always consume more than they can produce. So we got to mass produce. That's the reason why your so-called vegetarians and vegans can have something to talk about because man is eating faster than the cow can produce. It's not that we cannot eat the cow. We need to sparingly eat the cow. So it's sparingly eating the meat. And if you know how to balance yourself between vegetation and meat, your diet will be just as immaculate if it's a person who just eat fruit all day and smoke weed and show weed trays. What kind of shit is that, Philly OG? You childish, dog. You're childish. It ain't that you got a heart of a child. You just childish. You probably got a heart of a fucking old ass man because you never put that motherfucker to work trying to tell me about my heart condition. Even with my heart condition, dog, I will outwork you. So it don't even matter if I had one or not. Because I will outwork you. And anybody that you gonna try to put up against me, nigga, they'll get outworked, nigga. And with that being said, Philly OG, because you try to put me in that category, I'm not gonna let up on your ass not one motherfucking time. As a matter of fact, I might just put your ass in the title just to get the clicks and the reviews and the what they call that clickbait, just to get the clickbait going. Because for some odd reason, the algorithm picks up like that for some odd reason. But I'm gonna put your motherfucking name in the title because when I try to come up there on some shit that I want to challenge Bobby Knife on some dumbass shit he done said, and then you take the opportunity to tell me that you're not gonna let me up and then lie on my motherfucking name in terms of what you think the police is, you silly motherfucker. Nobody ain't lying on you. You said you did the military. You trying to tell everybody now you don't like it. But back then, did not like it then? Oh, when did you snap out of it? Silly ass motherfucker. Tricks are for kids. Once military is always military, like police. Like I said, dog, if they just so happen to pull a draft off and they call your name, you're going to have to report. Either your suit is in your closet and you're going to have to report to the base in 0600 hours, which is 6 o'clock in the morning, or you're going to have to take your ass to the surplus store and buy you a motherfucking uniform and report your ass to the base at 0600 hours, nigga. If you don't, that's treason. That you'll get locked up for that. You swore an oath to protect your country by all means necessary, domestic and foreign. Fuck is you talking about, you police ass nigga? Like I said, the training, we talking about Black Mirror here now. We talking about mirror reflections now. Because the plant life reflects human life. But in this case, the military reflects the police department. At least, and I was being modest, I'm not being modest anymore. At least 75% of the fucking police department is ex-military. Don't tell it to me, tell it to my ass. Don't tell it to me, tell it to my motherfucking ass, nigga. 75% of the fucking police department is ex-military, dog. So when you trying to put this motherfucking label on people that they the police, that is a smoke screen that police like to use. Especially when they picking up funky hookers. When they picking up tramps, like Philly OG used to doing, but he fell in love with one, you Rest Haven for a whole ass nigga. Rest Haven. Rest Haven for a hoe. What's good, Sir Drop? I see you in the building. But he a Rest Haven for a hoe. Fool ass nigga. Well, they ain't gonna learn with them kids, is they? They try to, you hear about bullshit? Yeah, they try to get him.
What, his car?
Hell yeah.
Kid boy.
They like that motherfucker. They was trying to get him. They couldn't.
Where he be parked at? In the back of them little apartments?
Or he was not in the back, in the front.
On 3rd Street?
On 3rd Street, yep. You know where the cable building is?
I know where he stay at. Yeah.
That's where it should be at. Motherfuckers bust this window out. And fuck the whole goddamn little thing where they thought they can peel the motherfucker up at, or put their little chip wherever the fuck how they do that shit. That was for tear that motherfucker up, boy, and kill somebody. Kill boys. Yeah, we got a New Jersey drive going up in this motherfucker. What up, though, Schumann Show? Yeah, man. This is part 2 to growing power, and what I'm explaining the difference between what they call plant growth regulators versus natural growth. When you got synthetically, chemical, or genetically modified chemical induced plants, this is all the shit that people consider to be fake. This mirrors what's happening on YouTube with people, because what's that famous saying go? You are what you eat type of shit. But with that being said, if you cannot discern though, if your computer is unable to break that shit down properly, then it's almost a waste. And I seen you, Sir Drop, when you was trying to make that point about God being this all, creator. I understood that. But what Philly OG is trained to do, he is trained to say no to that type of structure, or what they would call that, an ocracy. Oh, cratsy. There it is. Cratsy. It's the cratsy. They wouldn't understand your cratsy. Look that word up. You know what? Let's look that word up together. I'm gonna share a screen because y'all probably think I'm talking shit. No, oh, that is it.
Chrissy.
It ain't Chrissy, nigga. It's Kratzy. Now they pronouncing that shit wrong. It's Kratzy.
Chrissy.
I don't know why they say in Chrissy. It's denoting a particular form of government rule or influence. It's the suffix part of democrat, autocrat, aristocrat. Let me put crat up in there. It's I don't know why would they. That's Kratzy, man. That's how you say that word. You fucker. This computer ain't right. But with that being said, is my motherfucking dialect against that dialect. Motherfucker shit. But I don't have to share the screen. I heard y'all. I hope y'all heard that pronunciation. But it's spelled Kratzy. It's Cracy. Kratzy. And that's how it's spelled Kratzy. But when he was trying to give his influence, we're gonna say that, when he's trying to give his influence, nowhere in hell that the police is going to allow you to talk you out of the arrest. Because that's what you was, because this is what cops do. Cops got a few sayings and they know how to read random rights. Now, the dude, I guess, loyal, who they trying to, all these other police officers is trying to get the heat off their back so that now they can point at loyal so y'all can look the other way. It's almost like a smoke screen, trust me. So everybody can look the other way. So everybody is looking at loyal where they still over here being police. The dude been in the community at least a year. He been participating on people's panels for at least 6 months. Y'all just now catching up with this nigga being police? No, y'all knew he was. It was just that now you having motherfuckers that has an influence. And I'm going to try to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one, but I still want to challenge his information on what he said about the fucking prison industrial complex. But Bobby Knife has expressed how he feel about police. And like I said, he has an influence. And because of that, it caused a huge ripple effect. Unlike me, I caused a tsunami. He just called a ripple effect. Or he's just a continuation of the tsunami that I caused. And now he's the tidal wave. Now he's the tidal wave. You understand? I caused the tsunami. I swelled those waters up, nigga. Swelled them up. He just came along and pushed them. That's it. But it ain't how it started, it's how it finished. And usually that is what the credit is given to. So Bobby finished it when he caused that ripple effect all throughout the community. Now everybody wants to back away from what they think is police. So when I get on Filio, try to get up on Filio G shit, he try to make the worst excuse to try to put me in that category, not to let me up on the motherfucking panel because I was there. I was going to come up there and crush him with information. But he was already in the groove cutting motherfuckers off because he drop off. He cut off a few people from the panel because he talking about, I'm not going to allow that disrespect. Nigga, you disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. And with that, I'm on your motherfucking back, nigga, and I'm not letting up, you hoe ass nigga. And I'm gonna watch your shit, and if it's any moment that I feel that I have to critique it and give a react quote to it, I am. But Bobby, I'm gonna see how King, that them two is not talking to each other in terms of boyfriend and girlfriend because it's playing out on YouTube like a R Cook show. Them motherfuckers, R Cook shit was the days of our lives, nigga. Did I tell you about that? I'm talking about it played out on YouTube in real time. That nigga was about to fuck another woman while his wife, he a so-called Christian man, a Mason, Freemason, a Christian man, but he was on live motherfucking shit flirting with another female and wanting to go to where she was at to go do her up. All that shit played out on YouTube to the point where he wiped this whole motherfucking account clean. That's including the bills that we had long before all that scandal shit. Nigga, just clear up the scandal shit, nigga. And don't erase all that good ass digital footprint that I done left. Because I got a lot of digital footprint. A lot of places. So with that being said, yeah, Philly OG, you hoe ass nigga. But yeah, this is part 2, going back to part 1, like I said, clone and seed. You know those who have been grown from seed. And I'm talking about people's channels or people's information and how they disseminate their information on these airways. You know how a channel organically grows in terms of from seed to full-blown plant versus those who have been cloned. You know niggas who've been cloned. And you know you got a lot of clones out there, and Philly OG is one of the major clones. And then they got this dude, Beast Mode. What the fuck? He got a new word, Brenton. You be saying that instead of saying Britain.
No, that's another way to say it. Breton. Instead of Britan. I know that.
Brenton.
Yeah.
Brenton. No, he's saying that shit into the reference that he don't know what the fuck you talking about.
That's another way to debate. But that's actually a distinction between two types of Brits. You know what I'm saying? You know how in culture they have it'd be one culture, but they'll have that separation.
Mm-hmm.
They got that's a different. I think that the Britons were supposed to be nobility, but then the other Britain, the regular Brits is just the regular folks, but the other was supposed to be nobility. Or it's the other way around. Some stupid shit.
Well, whatever how that shit go, I know he's misappropriating the information. Rather if that nigga, because I keep telling y'all, you can throw 1,000 darts at a dartboard, one of them motherfuckers gonna hit. So yeah, lucky you. If it's a real word that you use, but you're using it in the wrong context. Because I'm just saying the word that he's dragging on, the Britons. And then you go call Asians. The call Asians. They Asian. Because it's called the caucus from the Asians from the caucus. I'd be like, okay, is that right there gonna render us control of a natural resource? If it ain't, shut the fuck up. And let's do this math. And let's find out how to get these powers to organize and regroup. Because if you look at every fucking company, they are using these geometric goddamn shapes to law our ass into buying McDonald's with the what McDonald's have. McDonald's got the golden arches.
We got the golden arcs.
We got the golden arcs. Damn.
Got the Big Mac.
We got
the Big Nick.
oh shit, Universal Inquirer in the building. What up, though? Hey, Universal Inquirer, this is what they doing. That's all in-house shit. Remember, I haven't participated in a while on their channel. So you know what hyenas do in nature. When there's no food and scarcity, they get to eating on each other. You know, they depend on the lion to leave the carcass back because that's by nature. That's by nature. And I was trying to come on this panel today as the lion, in this case, right? Because I didn't have a carcass. I was just roaming through the pride, but I was going to engage with their ass just to get some little practice in. Just a little practice in. And he took the opportunity to try to backbite me because that's exactly what it was. That's pussy shit. That's backbiting. A motherfucker come to your panel to engage in conversation. You won't let him up, but then again, you'll talk bad behind his back. That's pussy shit. That's police shit. That's that police shit. And then he like the police do, he only got a few words to say. Because, you know, all police say, put your hands behind your back or put your hands on the steering wheel. He go Philly OG, fuck government, fuck religion. He will tell you, please step out of the car. These are reference. This is how you see this shit. What Sanchez say? Open up your third eye. That's what Sanchez said. Let's open up our third eye right here and look at the behavior of these ex-military motherfuckers on these panels and controlling or having a channel. Because he keeps saying this is for the people. See, I know what's going on. I understand what's going on. Overstand it, understand it. And with that, when people find themselves in times where it is difficult, they want to escape. So they want to be entertained. If they find any kind of silver lining in that entertainment, they're going to find it. And it's intriguing for them. So when people are so-called given their gems in the midst of all the fucking dingo and the baby entertainment, people pick up on, they more resonate with that than they actually do with the entertainment. But I'm going to try to give the benefit of the doubt here. With that, that's my quintessential hope. To when I come on there is because I know y'all being misled by their rhetoric. So what I do, I try to strike a whole nother direction for you to think. Because that's the motivation that I want behind you. I want you to think and not believe. And remember, I forgot who it was. I think it was either D Calico or it was Sir Drop that put that nigga right in his spot when he said, you see that, you a believer. Because he kept saying, I don't believe, I don't believe, I don't believe. He kept saying that word. And remember, I already put the motherfucking shit out there. I know I'm making some motherfucking noise in this motherfucker. I know I am. Nobody was really embarking on what believe is, because I told you it comes from the word belie, and belie is the state of lying. I don't want to put that info out there like that. Yeah, I'm taking credit for it. I'm tooting my motherfucking horn. I did that shit. So now people want to embark on to try to disregard what believe is, because thinking will catapult your ass to what you're supposed to know. because thinking is an action word, not believe. Believe is not an action word. Thinking is. So it being a verb, it will put you into action. So now you have to do your due diligence to go further than what I'm telling you, because I'm only giving you bits and pieces. We all learning as we go. We all learning as we go. And like I said, I can only lead a horse to water. I cannot make that motherfucker drink it. But that Philly OG, it's no let up for that dude. I'm gonna be on his ass, no homo. I'm gonna be on this motherfucking back from this point forward. I'm gonna dedicate 5 minutes to every stream to pound that nigga head in. Because he's a fucking hypocrite. And I got a funny feeling Sabir Bey gonna be the same way, but I haven't engaged with Sabir Bey. I haven't engaged with him yet. I haven't engaged with him yet. Because they need to cut that shit out about this word, black. And check this out. He said, I don't want you coming up here with your out of Africa theory. He watched my shit on the origins of man. He watched that shit. Because you know why? Hold on. Check this out. Check it out. One day, Sanchez was having this debate, talking about the out of Africa theory. I come up there, and guess what I said? I don't believe in that shit either. Using the word believe loosely for it can resonate with people, but I don't think that happened either. That everything came out of Africa. But I gave him Didact's theory. And when I did, it got distorted because it pointed right back to the shape of the earth. And I was trying not to point back to the shape of the earth. But what I was pointing at is the conducive weather around the fucking globe, which they call the equator. I say all human beings were born on the equator line because we know that it was just not Adam and Eve. Now we know, heavily quotation marked it, that Adam was the name of mankind, Eve was the name of womankind. So if that is the case, then I look at the whole entire world diaspora, and it's similar on the line of the equator from Argentina all the way to motherfucking Africa. And all along that, what they call a Capricorn and Cancer, or the other way around. I think Capricorn is on top. The equator. Yeah. All along that is tropical, subtropical area. Mm-hmm. So the out of Africa theory, I said that all human beings don't come out of Africa. I'm talking about the origins of them. But I gave them Didact's theory on that. And when I did that, that fucked their whole head up. Because if they concede to that, then they're going to say that the world is a globe. But even on they flat plane.
He said, can you display that?
Huh?
He said, can you display that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because sometimes I don't be paying attention to this motherfucking chat room. But yeah, I'm sorry, Universal Inquirer. What's up, Quinn Emerson? Peace and love. But yeah, let me share out. Let me share this.
Milkshake right now. No, order me a milkshake.
Over here, we expand our vocabulary. That word that you see up there, that's really called cratsy. I don't know why they say
Cressy.
cressy. But let's do it the French way. It's Chris C. Let me get rid of my little window right here. It's Chris C then, not Kratzy, but that is really Kratzy and not Chris C. Trust me. All right. Let me pull back because they saying that.
They ain't understand that.
No, they ain't gonna understand that. Not to scale. All right. This line, okay, they are used to this map.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you see that line right there going across? That line going across is the Tropic of Capricorn. Along that line, now let me pull back and let me go to images right quick. Along that line, okay, here we go. This is a better one. No. See, I don't know how to do that shit. It's a way you can do that. You can.
You should have clicked on it on the page you was on and then did it. Go back to the page. No, how you do it is you hold the image down and then you go open the image in another window.
Would it?
Yeah, when you go back to the page and then put the cursor on the thing, click it, some options will pop up like download, share, whatever, open another window. You can do all that crap.
All right. Well, now I know. But with that being said, this is what you call Tropicana. I don't know why I say Tropicana. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. I'm tripping. Dog, I said Tropic of Capricorn. I am tripping. Tropic of Cancer, equator. Tropic of Capricorn. In between all of that right there is where all human beings were born. And because these three lines cover most of Africa, that's where the out of Africa theory is coming from. Because they did have more of what everybody else got. But that's not taking nothing away from the Aboriginals of America, the Aboriginals of Australia, the Aboriginals of Asia, all of that shit. It ain't taking nothing away from it, especially in them islands right here. Them ain't nothing but niggas in these islands right here. Y'all might not know what I'm pointing at, but let me see if y'all can see my cursor. Hell yeah. All in that area. And with that being said, weathers are conducive. Jungle, right? Heavily plant life, a lot of green forestry, wild ass animals, snakes that's describing what they call the Bible, Quran, all this shit. Trust me, North America was inhabitable. Did I say that right? It was uninhabitable at that time. Yeah. But these motherfuckers that's trapped up here, dog. I showed you that Empress chick, right? That one that sound like Thomas. Man, she on a motherfucking rampage, man, about Africa. African booty scratches, we ain't from Africa, bitch. You ain't from America. You look more Chinese than Chinese people, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? They need to quit that shit. But I hope that answer your question right there. And what do you say? No, not everything is added on additional to land. No, the land mass is just what it was. These are migration patterns. We all know about the migration patterns, even in told in folklore when you're dealing with the Israelites. Even when you dealing, because you know you have nomadic people that just constantly move and move and move. But before then, we was centrally in a spot, and this spot along the line of the equator, along that line of the equator, is where all the landmass where we occupy in that area. And we move going north and we move going south. So as man moved around, yeah, we occupy every piece of the land, but other than that, landmass is just what it is. Now, if you believe in a Pangea, you can. Who this?
You like DoorDash.
Oh,
I should have said that your microphone might have picked it up.
no, yeah, it picked it up.
Like it's DoorDash or something.
She don't got no food in her hand.
I don't order no milkshake yet. That's a milkshake right there for that ass.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, along this line is where Didact's theory of all the human race was born at. I mean, not human race, human beings. Races were created later, but all the human beings. So, with that being said, what's she looking for? She all over the place. Stanky booty. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what she's trying to do, man. What the hell? She going on about Teresa house now? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on Philly OG's ass. I try to participate on this panel when Bobby Knife, I'm going to start calling dude OG Bobby Johnson. But Bobby Knife, he started making these wild ass claims about the industrial prison complex versus the immigration and deportation law or whatever the case may be. Because he said, why didn't America deport the black folks in jail back to Africa if they're supposed to be African? Or is he trying to say, why are we not fighting to get deported back to Africa? That's even more the reason. Remember, Amistad. That's even more the motherfucking reason. What the? And I just wanted to go up there and try to get some clarity on that shit, because if people are influenced by Bobby Knife, because they are, he's another clone. He's a clone off of Key Norfolk, though. He's a clone of Key. Key Norfolk is a clone of Sanchez because he said it, and I didn't. He said, I watched Sanchez. This is his. See, do y'all need me again to comb through the information, dog? It ain't me who's saying this shit. I can't make this shit up. But Key Norfolk said that he modeled his shit right after Sanchez. He said he watched Sanchez. He seen how he was doing this shit, and he modeled this shit right after the nigga. So that is not an original channel that Key Norfolk got. And through his admittance, he said that he copied off of Sanchez. So he's a clone. But guess who got cloned from him? Bobby Knife. He's a clone. She got a little stanky butt. to the Underoos building. But yeah, I wanted to go up there and challenge that shit. Like that shit didn't make no motherfucking sense at all. And then Philly OG took his opportunity to stick his foot in his mouth. So now he finna get destroyed every time I go live because he keep trying to use my people that follow me against me by saying the dumbest shit in the world with your little 5 or 6 followers or five. Okay, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You didn't know that, Philly? And I know for a fact you think you're sitting on top of the world. I know for a fact you think you're sitting on top of the world. You ain't, Philly. You just Humpty Dumpty who's on his wall. So right now I'm going to knock your ass down and watch Smoke Signal. Watch that one dude that like to be half naked, that don't say shit, that just puff on a hookah all day. Watch Beast Mode. Watch Red Squid. Watch all these people come put your ass back together again after I knock your Humpty Dumpty snagger-tooth ass off your wall, nigga. Snagger-tooth ass, nigga. No, I don't like Public Enemy. I mean, Enemy Public. I don't like that dude. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. He's misrepresenting the most infamous group that definitely influenced me. I don't know about that nigga because he do not talk like he really listened to Public Enemy. But he calling himself the enemy's public. You know that's in one of their rhymes, the enemy public. We don't really give a damn. That's on
You probably never heard that. You probably just
No. And here's the crazy thing about it, right? Little that he know. I mean, the world is small. Great minds think alike. And I know I'm not the only one who listens to the album. But in our it's music in our hour of message, right? But it's really spelled use in our mess age. That's how it's spelled. It's spelled funny. And this nigga try to use it and without already using it on Huey shit. I said, wow, he must be watching me. But he's misrepresenting Public Enemy. But if I'm not telling you not to deter from him, you know what I'm saying? Don't deter from him. Don't let me make you deter from him. I just don't like him because he's representing Public Enemy all wrong. It's just like how Sabir Bey represent KRS One wrong. He represent that motherfucker all wrong. And he needs correction. I'm going on this motherfucking shit just to get kicked off. And I think he worse than Sanchez because Sanchez got cronies and dogs and shit that can bark. He just think he, top dog.
you just do all this stuff.
Right, exactly. Where Sanchez would just sit back and let everybody else just go after you and shit. But this dude here, like you say, he feel like he can do it all. So if you say the wrong thing, dog, not only that he's shouting and cutting you off, but he's hitting the button at the same time. Because I seen him do it to a couple people. I said, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to engage with him. But any publicity is good publicity, especially in media, as they say. So I go on there. I take the humiliation. I take the punch in the eye because that's exactly what's going to happen. Just for motherfuckers to know who Didac is on Sabir Bey's ass. Because I'm coming for that nigga too. Don't worry. Philly OG, you're not the only motherfucking target here. All right? So don't feel like you're special. You thought it was you, nigga, but it ain't. And with that being said, I got multiple targets. Sabir Bey is one of my major targets. And trust me, he's a bigger fish to fry than you. What up, though? And trust me, Sabir Bey is a bigger fish to fry than you. But I said this on my last stream. Sarah Suden said he critically damaged that dude. So It's like trying to put Bo Jackson back on the football field after that shattered hip. Severe Bay is that severely injured. He is. He's injured, but he's able to talk. He's still talking, but he's injured. Trust me. Sarah Sutton said he put that, he destroyed that dude, and that been well over almost fucking 15, going on 16 years or some shit like that. A long time ago. He hurt that dude, and right now he on this motherfucking crusade to do it all as a solo act. He finna unite all Moors all over the world, holding books up on his string yard.
What do you achieve?
Right. And then he'll show you a couple highlighted pages.
If you can get all the Moors unified, oh, that'd be an achievement.
Hey, this is what he said he can do. And then he said he the first one with knowledge verses. So he won a rap battle with knowledge. So. I cannot make this shit up. These are the fucking YouTube personalities that's on this motherfucker, man. The shit is crazy. I mean, absolutely nuts. But I'm going to not let that discourage me because I'm using it in the correct way. I am. I'm using this motherfucker right. Just like when I go off into my motherfucking horticulture swing, I do the shit correct. I do it right. And with that, what I'm seeing is a lot of GMO plant growth regulated, synthetically grown clone motherfucking niggas on the YouTube. And they bad for your health. They possess carcinogens that are cancerous. And we can see that. We can see the information eaten from the inside out. Y'all eating each other from the inside. Y'all acting like hyenas. Hyenas do that in their behavior. But if there's a such thing as a virus, because y'all act like a virus, y'all eating yourselves from the inside out, and that's cancerous. That's what carcinogens causes cancer. And that's what y'all developing within y'all community. Y'all eating on each other. But don't worry. Didact is here to save the day. I will be the balance. But like I said, Philly OG said, I'm never coming back on this panel because he said I double streamed his shit and only did that one time under the I can't get the fucking word out. It was because I participated on this panel and he was totally unfair and disrespectful. So what I wanted to do, I wanted my people on my side who follow me that they don't have absolutely no idea about. I wanted them to see how this dude, Philly OG, engages with Didact whenever that I try to come to his panel. You motherfucking right. And then I didn't hide it because you know why? He knew that I went on and I was about to double stream his ass. That means that the nigga seen the notification come on. He was watching my stream to know enough that I was double streaming him, but I went up to his panel right away. I didn't give no commentary to that point. I try to go straight back to his stream, and when he's asked me the question, I said, yeah, you motherfucking right. I'm double streaming. What you thought? Because you know why? The best of them did it, from Sonetter to Reggie to Red and Blue Pill to 363 Magic to King Simon to your ratchet motherfuckers like a R Cook to Huey to Sir Drop. Everybody did it. Even your double master, not your double master. Even your master teacher in Sanchez, did you know he did that shit? That's a part of the etiquette, you dumb motherfucker. That's part of the critique. That's the reason why we are protected by that fucking copyright, you dumb motherfucker. And guess what, you hypocrite? Didn't you double string the so-called brat battle when Lex threatened your ass to strike you? And then you want to be hypocritical? You hypocrite ass nigga. You did that first before I even double streamed you. So you knew the etiquette before I did. You knew the etiquette before I did. But actually you didn't. You just did. You just performed or execute. You executed it before I did. Because when Lex had that rap battle with Sir Drop and Scheme, Big Aboriginal Power and all them, you was double streaming it on your shit. And then Lex turned around and told you, dog, you need to stop that shit or I'm going to give your ass a strike. Hoe ass nigga. You hoe ass nigga. And then you going to try to put the onus on me like, what the fuck is his name? Loyal. Like Loyal was the motherfucking, like, compare me to Loyal in terms of me double streaming. How in the fuck? And here's the kicker about it. Like Sir Drop just said in my chat room, I keep my ear to the ground also. According to what Bobby Knife said, that the double stream was not having King Norfolk being double streamed, you dumb motherfucker. He had another stream going on in the background saying something totally different to what he was on the stream y'all talking with about y'all. Rather, if Bobby overheard what the fuck he overheard and trying to put the dots together, whatever the fuck he heard is what he heard versus a person actually double streaming your stream. So that means that when he was on King Norfolk's stream, he was double streaming King Norfolk. No, he heard another stream in the background. Bobby Knife did. That didn't have shit to do with King Norfolk. But when he heard that shit talking about getting reported in or snitching or whatever the fuck that he heard in the background, that's what troubled him. Here you go appealing to the masses, Philly OG, thinking that you sucking up to motherfucking Bobby and what you think is a motherfucking police officer because you are more police than anybody on this motherfucker. And here you are appealing to Bobby trying to put me in the mix of who Loyal is. He said, that's the reason why I didn't let Loyal back on my panel. What you mean you didn't let Loyal back? Dog, if Bobby did what he did, none of you motherfuckers won't be shying away from anybody who's claiming to be ex-police or ex-whatever the fuck else may be. Because now Bobby is so-called exposing who the police is. Now all of a sudden, everybody the police, especially those who double stream. Man, get the fuck up out of here, you weak-ass nigga. You weak-ass nigga. Well, to say the least. Sounding and being is two different things, though. He's nothing like me. But I say about, like, I guess you're talking about photonic. Photonic, we might sound the same or sound alike. But rhetoric and information and how we carry our vocabulary is totally different. Totally different. But with that being said, this nigga, Philly OG, is a real live bum ass nigga. He is. He's snagging too fast. Don't eat solid foods. I don't think you even eat vegetables. Do you put kale in your motherfucking smoothie or even some tomatoes. Drink a V8 or some shit. Show you that. Let me know if you're a regular human being. I don't think you're a regular human. That's the reason why you can go off and talk shit the way you do and get away with it. Because I don't think you're a regular motherfucker. Because a regular motherfucker will at least do something that, because you showing a weed tray and you puffing on weed, that don't mean shit, dog. That don't mean shit. And that'd be the shit he like to show off. He'll show off his girlfriend. He'll show off his baby. All that shit. But won't show you how to abstract the earth that he's sitting on. The 7 acres that he's sitting on. Abstract that motherfucker, dog. Go with your disposable income ass. Go get you an excavator and dig the fucking land up, nigga. Go from the crust to the core if you can make it that far.
Change your name to Community News. Died that Community News. Oh shit. That shit is hilarious.
But yeah, man, this is part 2 again to the difference between seed and clone. This is dealing with natural way of growing and the GMO way of growing. And what I wanted to do is draw your attention to that PGR, because when you go out and buy weed from a dispensary, you should look at the label and try to find that on the label to say if it's that hormone shit free. It's called plant growth regulators. Make sure you see that shit on the side of your panel. You'll know that you're smoking the closest thing to organic weed versus that weed plant coming from a clone and genetically modify genetics. Because that's all of what it is now. It's the clone game. Oh man, it ain't nothing but the clone game now. You old school when you order seeds. Nigga, seeds, what?
Niggas don't know about heirloom. You know, but all this new shit.
Yeah. So the clone game is where it's at in terms of you knowing exactly the genetics that you got, and it's gonna be female and this and that and blase splivvy woo woo, versus where the seed game, seed banks, see, that's like gold though. It is. If you got a seed bank, which I got one, you got a seed bank, dog, you know you sitting on gold. Especially if you got some seeds dating back to the 90s, which I got.
Good ones.
Or the early 2000s.
I like some tire stripes and shit. Damn, boy.
The plants that will grow fucking 10 feet high.
Nice little fat beamers.
Man, I remember one I had to bend, nigga, because the shit just kept going towards the ceiling. I just had to bend it. That motherfucker found this way right back up. That shit was crazy. But yeah, man, good shit. But yeah, when y'all go get y'all weed, look out for that tag on it. You understand? When you look out for that tag, that'll let you know if the shit is genetically modified or not. But that is the black mirror. That is the direct reflection of what's going on with our people, and it plays out in the YouTube world. Letting you know that YouTube is a microcosm to the macro. So you can imagine if niggas can't get along, all agreeing on the same thing, imagine trying to just fucking get along, period. Because that, I didn't understand, because I put it to you like this. What we was witnessing between Philly OG and Sir Drop was more Philly OG causing the rift for nothing. Because if he starts saying shit, he's gonna have to start conceding to shit in terms of what he know he ain't in control of. Because once he start realizing, or not realizing, once he accept that things are out here bigger than him, then he would not be Big Philly OG no more. Only way he's Philly OG if he keep up the shenanigans. Because that shit is the shenanigans. Yeah, so Quentin, shit, you straight. Shit, if you know some growers, hell yeah. But yeah, Philly OG, I'm after his ass in terms of that, no homo. Because I wanted to engage with Bobby. But like I said, in the future, look for me to be on Bobby's shit. And like I told Bobby, if in the background listening, I'm coming up to your shit. I'm not coming up there disrespectful. I'm not coming in hot. I'm only moving at 15 miles per hour. You understand? Now, if I need to pick up speed, I will pick it up. But you ain't going to know when I'm coming on. So with that, I'm going to kill you with the anticipation versus when I come on there. Because right now, I am focused on this Sabir Bay cat. I am focused on this dude because this dude going to get it. He going to get it. And what that's going to do, that's going to cause a domino effect to all the other Moors who put the word black down. Because I just went through some pertinent history on my last stream, on the last stream I just did. I went through some pertinent history when I was covering the black monks of the Catholic Church and the white monks of the Catholic Church and how they took over and they demonized the color black. But in the real occult, the real knowings, the people who really know, they know what black really stands for. And when it represents all over the world, including the people, it tends to represent the people who are darker in hue, darker color people. Whether if you want to call yourself copper, gold, that's your individual identification. But when the whole world needs to identify with your stupid, dumb ass, and I'm saying that hard to y'all, Aboriginals and Moors, when they have to identify with y'all, they're going to put your ass up under one umbrella. Because you know why? It's a motherfucker 50,000 miles away who look just like your ass. They saying hum bung chung ding and chong, but you going over dopa 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 dopa, but y'all look alike. Y'all look alike. God damn it. And if I'm doing commerce and it's a international exchange, I'm gonna lump your ass up too. Dark man, dark man, dark man, dark man. I'm gonna line your motherfucking ass up and put you under an umbrella so I won't confuse myself. I'm not trying to join your coach. Only thing I'm doing is establishing trade. And in that, I have to understand the politic that go around it and to able to create that in terms of policy. Dog, you have to, what they say, divided you fall, united we stand or some shit. So I don't understand these motherfuckers, man. I don't understand them, but I'm coming after that Sabir Bay. I'm coming after that nigga. That nigga done. He said personal dispensaries. Yeah. So yeah, and that's crazy. Like, is it legal in Georgia? Because if it is, all that land that nigga got, oh my God, that shit would have been dug up. I would have been had hoopies on my land. Been done had hoopies. Oh, it would have been so much good weed growing on my land, that 7 acres of land, like dreads. Don't dreads smoke weed? I don't think dread. I never seen. Maybe he do, but I don't remember or recall that him smoking weed. But if he do, he another motherfucker that brags on all his land. Dog, you know how many hoopies would be on my land, nigga? Nigga, I would have a miniature motherfucking, a full-blown farm on that motherfucker. Cows mooing on that bit. Moo. Motherfucking yaks chewing on grass, nigga. But Philly OG don't eat no meat. But you still need animals to graze your land. Graze it. Did I say that right? I said graze it. Yeah. Yeah, you still need animals to do that. Because what they would do, they would super nitrate the fucking grain that they eat and they manure, and then you use that as fertilizer. That's how you turn that around. That's why the reason why the dung beetle in Egypt is worshipped. Stupid ass nigga was rolling the dung up and rolled it up on a goddamn seed and should start growing out of it. Niggas don't know that shit. Do you know beetles are so important to the ecosystem? Like an ant, nigga.
Yeah, as is most insects, not flying insects. But yeah, crawling.
Yeah. Niggas don't know that shit, man. They just take shit for granted as we go along, like glass. Glass is everywhere. 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 That's a ceramic, as they call it. That shit everywhere. But people take it for granted because it's everywhere. That is a natural ceramic, though. Most folks don't know that. That was an edible creation right there. That Malik. But yeah, well, how many hours I'm in? 2 hours and 33. Florida is. Yeah. Florida is. Yup. Now, I don't know where Beast Mode was at because he moved like a nomad too. Because at one time he was in Florida. How come you not exercising your right as a sovereign human being to grow your own shit so you won't have to? You know what? I'm going to take that one back on Beast Mode, but I don't think it was marijuana. I think we was talking garden shit one time. He said, email me and I'll send you some organic seeds. I think what the nigga was really going to do, go to Stein's Gardens and Gift.
Buy some organic seeds.
And go buy some seeds, right, and mail them like he actually did genetics. Like he actually went and did pollination. You know how plants got to pollinate themselves to produce the seed.
Yeah, but at the same time, he could just wait for the season and just get the seeds.
I mean, you can, but the likelihood of those sprouting, you know what I'm saying? Versus if you actually do it in the controlled environment. And that's how he was talking. Like he was producing seeds in a controlled environment. You know what I'm saying? That nigga went to somebody's Stein Gardens and Gift. That's our shit up here in Milwaukee, y'all. But with that being said, that nigga went to somebody's garden and gifts, meaning like Lowe's, yeah, Walmart. He went and bought some seeds and faking everybody out, telling them that they organic seeds. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That's why I never emailed him. It was a good thing that I didn't email him. Because I'm telling you, dog, that's what that nigga probably would have sent me. Like, nigga, I can go to Will Allen and go get some motherfucking organic seeds right now. Fuck is he talking about? He said, I remember I brought Will Allen up. The motherfucker's like, who is Will Allen? Dog, you can hear me when I be slapping. I get frustrated. I slap my leg and shit. have tantrums and throw back like, God damn, niggas. Y'all are not privy to no information.
It's not even that. It's just that motherfuckers just believe what they think and don't do no real research to the shit. They just think they hear some shit, then they come up with an idea and they run with it without doing and if they do research, they type in the Google bar and they look at the first thing that pop up.
Well, it's a shame that they don't know these black heroes that's out here. Because I try to tell them about Michael McGee. They don't want to hear about that shit.
He tried to start the revolution in Milwaukee.
Shit, him and his son.
I know. Remember the powerhouse on 3rd Street? Yeah, that's what I used to call it.
The red, black, and green house.
Yeah, the powerhouse. I used to call that back. That's what I used to call that motherfucker. Had the little Afro man and painting on the sidewalk in the front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And for people that don't know who Michael McGee is, I know y'all can hear me. Y'all want to know who he is? Look up the old Geraldo Rivera show. He got into it with the Ku Klux Klan and that motherfucker.
Real black heroes, nigga.
Geraldo Rivera got his nose broke on that episode. That might have been his last episode. I don't even know, but he got his nose broke on that episode.
And that was a famous episode when his nose broke.
This is before Jerry Springer, before Maury, before all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah. We have real revolutionaries up here. Philly OG is sitting on his hands. And y'all listening to that dirty beard ass nigga. That nigga dirty bearded. But I understand we all need entertainment because that's for the shit. I guess for the most part, that's why I tune in. The little silver lining is, I guess, the 15% where if I can engage, because, he got me blocked from the chat, so I can't type shit in. He got all my accounts blocked. And I'm not making another one. Fuck that. But nonetheless, if I can engage on there, that's that 15% of the silver lining. But other than that shit is straight entertainment for me. Because that nigga a straight buffoon. The moment he opens up his panel, it's a shit show. Remember, people used to frown on shit shows. Y'all remember that? About 2 to 3 years ago, niggas frowned on the shit show. Now it is embraced as a part of getting views. And these some sucker ass niggas, y'all are not growing organically. Stop saying that, Philly. Stop saying that you're growing organically, because you're not, man. You're not. And that Sabir Bay, getting back to this nigga, I want y'all to go ahead and patronize him. Not the bad patronizing, but the good patronizer. Go ahead and look him up, subscribe to him, and just listen to the buffoonery and the rhetoric. It all sound the same. No, it don't sound the same, but it do all sound the same. When they come down to their all they whole entire square that they stand on. We ain't black. Black is a color in a crayon box. All of them stand on this, from the ones, even from the Moors that are claiming Aboriginal of America and don't have shit to do with Africa. And everything happened here in America. So what we mistaken as the Nile River is really the Mississippi. What we mistaken as Egypt is really Chicago. For the Moors who say that too, they square base, they home base is black, is a color in a crayon book. So I've just focused on one thing with the Moors, is that the black ain't what you think it is, motherfucker. You know what it is. It ain't what you think it is. You know what it is. And with that, y'all need to start spreading this propaganda, because y'all are looking more like the fucking corporate more than ever. Because I'm already pointing back to you. Remember, I showed you the fucking Moor, right? That gave music back to the English. back in the 800s in 810. He was born in 810 and died in 857 or some shit like that. His name was uh, Abbas ibn Ferreira. Ferreira. Might be saying his last name wrong, but it's somewhere in that area. Fira or some shit like that. And with that being said, this dude introduced the way to count and get music in a rhythm and gave it right back to the fucking European. So now they suckering us in with their form of music. You understand what I'm saying? But the Moors is not going to heed to what up though? They're not going to heed to responsibility. Hold on, y'all. You know I'm live and shit.
Let me get a blunt from you, black man.
Hmm?
Let me get a blunt, black man.
Blunt?
I can roll up a blunt.
I don't got no extra blunts.
No, I got a blunt. I said, let me get a blunt.
You want some weed, man?
Why the fuck you just saying that?
What the fuck did I just say?
Oh shit! I didn't even have us on mute. Y'all didn't overhear that fucking transaction. Y'all didn't hear that, huh? No, y'all didn't hear. But nonetheless, y'all, yeah, given that factor, right? Given these factors, how human beings mirror the way plant life go, it is safe to say that some human beings, especially in the mentality, and we talking spirituality here too, y'all. We talking spirituality and principalities here because this is the shit that Philly OG don't want to accept. Because if he do, he'll know that his principality is a clone of Sanchez. He wants to claim as much independence as he can in the way he does shit, but he can't. He's a clone, just like Key Norfolk. He's a clone. Bobby Knife is a clone of Key Norfolk. But right now, there's a rejection. I don't know if y'all ever cloned plants before, but there's a process that it takes, right? Because you cut it at the meristem, you split it. You split the stem at the bottom of the stem. You split it because what that's going to do, that's going to cause the plant to heal itself at that point in juncture. And with that split, when you got that meristem split, it can produce roots quicker than if it was like not even split, it was just cut. All right. With that being said, some clones, when you do that, they can stunt in their growth. They'll stunt in their growth and they'll find themselves regressing back in growth. Now, when Bobby split off from Key Norfolk, this is what happened to Bobby Knife. He started regressing in his growth. It was taking him too long to get his roots to regrow. But that don't mean that it's not growing roots, because it is. But once he start catching root, he feel like now he's a whole different plant, because that's what will happen with these plants that don't take root at the same time as other clones. They are left back, so they feel like they're different than other plants, and they will grow different than other plants. And with that, the genetics is all the same. Trust me, the genetics is all the same, except that the plant stunted in its growth because it wasn't able to produce the roots quick enough. With that being said, this is Bobby Knife, who was a clone from Key Norfolk. When he got rooted or planted, he didn't grow his roots quicker than anticipated. The moment that he grew his roots, he thought he was a different plant. So now it's the strain in between what is the clone plant in this case and what is the mother plant in this case. But even with Key Norfolk, he's not a mother plant, he's a clone. So Bobby is a clone of a clone. You see how that shit go? And this crazy. You can fuck with the genetics doing that shit, doing clones of a clone of a clone of a clone. You know that?
That's what they do. That's what all the weed is now. Clone of a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. Another clone.
Ain't it?
That's why I tell everybody what you know about heirloom strains. If you can't get no heirloom strain or don't know about no heirloom strain, you don't know about no damn weed. Because everything motherfuckers smoke now is a fucking hybrid, genetically spliced, genetically modified something or another. That's why they getting all this weed with 70% THC. Like, what the fuck? That shit ain't natural.
Yeah. Well, that's what you have. And you got Philly OGs showing weed trays. Who does that? Who does that? You're a 70-year-old man. The nigga is 80. The nigga 85 years old, dog, and he's showing the weed tray. I know I'm going up on his ass. The nigga 70 years old and showing a weed tray. Dog, you childish, man. You don't got a heart of a child. You got a heart of a fool, and you just childish. You're childish. And that motherfucking beast mode, my God. I didn't know they make him that dumb. But y'all like listening to him. And that's another nigga, right? He depends on other people's content. You know that? Hey, Philly OG, I challenge you. You know what? That just reminded me. Hey, anybody that been listening to me, because I know Philly OG is in the motherfucking cut. I know he is. I know all the other people that I above mentioned, except for probably Sabir Bey, because he don't know who Didac is, except for on the chat room. And he admitted he eliminated me right away when I brung up that KRS-One. When I brung up that shit, he eliminated me right away, nigga. But with that being said, please, can y'all get this back to Philly OG? Now listen. Philly OG, strike up your stream and do not invite or open up the panel and give us your spiel on anything. Remember, because that's his main thing. You can bring anything to the topic up here. We free thinkers. This is flat motherfucker. How the fuck you free thinkers when you say this is a flat motherfucking power channel, right? And then say it's a big Aboriginal channel, and then got going floating across. You see how I say I don't own the rights to this music. His will be floating across saying, leave your religion at the door. How the fuck you free thinkers in this bitch?
With all the rules.
Right, exactly.
All the rules imposed. Yeah.
Right. How the fuck y'all free thinkers, man? Y'all hypocrites, dog, and y'all letting the biggest snagger-tooth hypocrite lead y'all. I think y'all like how he sound, because he do sound like Sylvester the cat. He sound like that weirdo on Family Guy that likes Chris.
The old man.
Yeah. He sounds like that. It sounds like anytime he'll say something that begins with a shh or something, he'll get the whistling. And he'll have a whistle come out. You know, he toothless. And dude, did y'all see Sister Bethy? She forgot to put her teeth in her head. That shit was dude, did y'all see Sister Bethy? She claiming herself to be on this quest to reunite with her tribal people. And then she stopped by that fake ass land that she says she owned, swindling y'all money. Did y'all see her with no teeth in her head, boy? Ooh, that bitch only got her bottom row teeth out here. All her chompers is gone, nigga. You know those back canine? Those teeth that chomp down and chew your food, them motherfuckers is gone, nigga. She just got her teeth up front. And then I went back on her streams to see if I wasn't tripping. Like, because she ain't ashamed of this shit at all. Let's not get this fucked up. She is not ashamed of it. She was smiling and I'm saying to myself, well, shit, I think if she doing this,
Who that? You really think you see that? I had to get that off my shit, dang. I just, when I was closing it out, that shit was.
You talking about Sanchez fool? Yeah, he clickbait. He's a master clickbaiter. Master. And he claimed not to be a religious channel, but only thing that nigga teach from is the Bible.
The past couple days, all I've been saying on this shit is some Jesus shit.
Right, the Bible. And this is where Philly OG get his fucking bullhorn ass, you bullhorn. And this is the only shit that he be screaming, because he gets the shit from Sanchez. Talking about religious is this, religion is that. Who cat is that? Hold on, keep that motherfucker around here. Keep that motherfucker around here. That motherfucker finna go mice hunting.
That's what you down here for.
But don't chase that motherfucker in here though. Because last time I seen that motherfucker trying to run his ass up in here.
Thank you, my good sir.
I was just confused at first when you
What
what the fuck are you talking about?
I had seen it.
And then I figured that out when you said lunch. I'm like, oh. I'm just high.
But yeah, if y'all can get this back to Philly OG, like I said, I know that Snaggertooth nigga in the back listening. I know he is. But if y'all can, type in his motherfucking, no, he gonna threaten you, because he's threatened people. And remember, Weezy Ann came up there to remind that hoe ass nigga that he did that shit. And then he tried to fucking wiggle his way up out of that shit. You know, these niggas, boy, these niggas know how to wiggle up out of some shit. But Philly OG threatened this whole entire panel, and I mean, his whole entire chat room, by taking a fucking wrench away, because y'all came over here to support me. Little old me, thank y'all very much. Like I said, 85 plus subscribers, thank you very, very much. And because them niggas are petrified of us. Petrified. But with that being said, he was threatening y'all to take y'all wrench away. Weezy Ann remembered it. I emphasized on it. And when he seen the opportunity, he was prepared for it. Because when he came up there, he went straight for his fucking jugular. And when he went straight for his jugular, here go fucking Sanchez trying to hold pressure. What they say, hold pressure and squeeze real hard on that area. Man, that motherfucker bleeding out, nigga. And Sanchez had to hold that area so he wouldn't bleed out. I'm telling you, Weezy Ann came up there straight for his jugular. And this is what the shit was about. And I said, dog, I am honored and privileged. It wasn't even on my panel. It wasn't on my shit. It was on Philly shit. It was on Philly shit. And the only reason why Philly let me up is because Sanchez was up there to save his ass. But when the shit started hitting the fan, Weezy Ann 365 came up there and it shocked the fuck out of me, because I haven't heard from that nigga from, even if I remember, I don't remember, but I should remember. But it's there. It's in my Rolodex. You know what I mean? I haven't thumbed through the Rolodex. But with that being said he participated a long time ago on Huey shit, and he heard me on when I was talking with Sanchez in the beginning and all that. So I don't remember that. But when he came up there, that shocked the fuck out of me, dog. I was like, damn, this nigga actually came up. And I've been trying to smoke Mommy Chula out of her hole. This Mommy Chula cat, yeah, I know she in the back too. I know that whatever the fuck she is, that's the one with the strong muscle in her avatar with the hard chin line. No, you ain't gonna see her in my chat. She ain't gonna never come in my shit. Yeah, if you go in red square shit, yeah, you'll see her there. You'll see her there, but you won't see her in my shit. But with that being said, I kind of had them in the same category in terms of they in the chat, they express their opinion in the chat. They ain't gonna come to the panel. But when Weezy Ann came up there, it shocked the fuck out of me. It still say to say, where in the fuck is Mommy Chula at? That bitch got to pop up on somebody's panel, man. Even if I got to comb through that shit and try to find that shit, Mommy Chula got to come to somebody's panel, or that bitch is the police. But getting back,
she catfishing.
Exactly, catfish. That bitch catfish. But nonetheless, I want this to get out to Philly OG. Dude, I need you to do a stream. Do not open up your panel and give us at least 30 minutes. No music, dog. No music. Because you see, I only open up what I open up with. You understand? Because I love the meters. They got some good traveling music. They do. It's some good music. You can have your open up music, but you only can get 3 minutes, or I would give the benefit of the doubt, the average song 4 minutes. I would give you 4 minutes. That's the only time that you get to open up. Now, if you need to go ahead and cluster all the people that you love to shout out in the music, dog, you better put that motherfucking reel together. You better get the cutting and editing, because you only get 4 minutes to play your music. And then you have just 1 hour. Dog, I'm telling you, if you got good information, 1 hour will go past like, I'm telling you, dog, if you got good information, 1 hour will go past so fast. Philly OG, give me at least 1 hour of information without opening up the panel and playing music all through the motherfucker. Because I gave you a challenge to eat solid food. We all know you ain't going to take that challenge. So now I want to take another challenge on you.
He just ain't showing niggas eating solid. That nigga eating some KFC right now. 3-piece. 2 thighs and a leg.
I just want to challenge you on this. Straight up. I want you to give me an hour's worth of good information without playing music and without opening up the panel. Because if you could do that, I would say to myself, okay, maybe he can create content and he just don't feel like it. Because that's what he would say. I'm not a content creator. I just got a channel for the people. I just open it up for the people who can't have a word, or they getting censored, blase, splitty, woo woo. But yet he'll be like, hold on, drop, hold on, realize, hold on, key, and give the most dumbest shit in the world. Because you know why? He piggybacking. That's the reason why he'll cut a motherfucker off. And like I said, that nigga, when he call off names from the chat room, that nigga turn into a radio personnel. Yeah, let me give a shout out to my chat room. And we got Disco B in the house. That's my Naga. Yeah, on the R&B tip. We smooth on our. That nigga get into radio mode. That's my Naga. Fool ass nigga.
sent you this chat one day. Talking about some shit, and I put that in the chat.
Right, Universal Inquirer. That be my incentive though. I don't want no smoke. I just want the knowledge. I heard that. What you say now?
So that I put the whole night, what it's been when sent you that broadcast one time. It was like, no, you see, you get down, you get what I forgot what they said, trying to downplay it. I was like, no, I'm telling you the truth of where that shit came from.
I am 3 hours in, and that's a good 3 hours. Yeah, it was. I tied in horticulture, agriculture, biology, um, sociology, psychology. I've tied them all together.
Now you speaking French to the flat earthers and the aboriginals.
I know.
Believe in science.
I know. Right. That's what I told them.
They don't believe in science.
I said they create an enemy out of thin blue air just to make their shit look like it got some validity. Like they got something to stand on there and say, fuck science. But yet they explain science. They would talk about how shit come into existence, the scientific. That shit kills me, man. It kills me. Because they'd be a hypocrite in the same breath. Same breath. But yeah, I'm 3 hours in. This has been a real good one, y'all. And I'm glad that y'all stuck in the crib. You know, I always go out with a song. And this time, it's going to be improv. Improv. So I don't know what I'm going to be playing. So I thank y'all very. You know what? Let me give a shout out to my motherfucking chat room first. Because that's etiquette. Weezian 365, Nicholas Jones, Roderick Jakes, Caligo Chris, Sir Drop, The Schumann Show, Universal Inquirer, Quentin Emerson in the house. I see they was going back and forth for a while. See, and that be the thing, like, I gotta be more attentive. I really do. I do. I gotta be more attentive with that.
Chat.
Yeah. I do.
I mean, when you drop in your spiel, you're dropping your spiel. Now, when you're doing Q&A, that's a little bit different.
Right. You know what? And you know what? God damn, you gave me a great idea, man. Fuck why I didn't think of that. Questions and answers, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna have a segment called Questions and fucking God damn, man. You just rung a fucking bell. Damn, you just rung a bell. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna have from when I open up the panel. It's gonna be questions and answers. And with that being said, let me go ahead and share that.
One pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell 'em a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call Alice when she was just small. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you've just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving low, go ask Alice, I think she'll know. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head. Feed your head.
YouTube, you better not strike my motherfucking channel for that song. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Remember what the Dharma said, feed your head, huh?
No, Dormouse said, keep your head. You remember when Alice in Wonderland, when he told her that, when she was like, she's going to see the queen? And Dormouse was like, remember, Alice, keep your head. Because the queen was always like, off with your head.
Yeah, off with your head, yeah.
He told her, keep your head. That shit fucked up.